Are you ready to dive into some poetry that can change your life? Well, you're in the right place, so let's connect. Well, hello, everybody, and thank you for taking the time to be with me at the Connect Podcast with Mel Capers. I am your host, Mel Capers. Excited to have you here. Also delighted to have with me as my guest. She is Shavetta Craig. She's got some amazing stories to talk to you about. But what she really wants to talk to you about is her newest book. It's called Being a First Aid Kit, a book of poetry. Written by the very special Shavetta Craig, and we are so happy to have her with us. And we're going to start it off in our first segment we call the Meet and Greet. So here we are in our first segment. I am delighted and excited to have an amazing author in our meet and greet segment. We've known each other for some time now, going back as far as maybe about a month ago. and when I met her, it was in one of my favorite stores of all time, and that's Costco. And what it was is I was standing in line and she kept hitting me with the basket. And I said, "Look, lady, if you want to get in front of me." And she said, "Wait a minute. God don't like ugly." So what did I do? I turned around and I was looking for that ugly person she was talking about. But anyway, it is good to have with me Miss Shavetta Craig. Shavetta, how are you today?
Hey, I'm fine, doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Like I said, I just got off of a wonderful vacation. Have you taken any vacation time yet? I mean, you've been busy lately, so have you taken any vacation time?
I'm like you. I need to take time to have a
You
vacation.
need to go take it. That's right. Well, listen, we have a little bit of time to talk to you about your brand new book. And so I'm going to get out the way. And I want everybody, all my listeners, to learn a little bit more about you. So why don't you tell my listening audience and your new audience, who is Shavetta Craig?
Shavetta Craig is a very sweet, humble, kind person who loves to love, who loves to be there for others. I'm very compassionate. I'm a listener. I'm a provider. I'm a protector. I'm very funny too. I love to make people laugh. Laughter is one of the best things about me, and to love people because I love loving others. I love being there for other people. So that was one of the reasons for coming up with that book, Being a First Aid Kit, because that's how I see myself, as a first aid kit. I'm there to motivate, to inspire, to encourage, to comfort, support, and be a restoration for others. I'm that person when someone has a wound, I want to be the peroxide.
Mm.
I want to be the alcohol. I want to be the Band-Aid. I want to be the suture to that bleed. So that's how I see myself. I'm that person who's to the rescue.
Now, sounds like you've got a serious medical background. Is that because everything you've mentioned is in the medical field? Is that your background? Is the medical field?
Some of my background is medical. Currently, it's dental, but I also have financial background as well too in management. So I have a mixture of a lot of backgrounds.
You know, but, but what brought you to this book?
I just felt like all that's going on today, people just really needed to hear someone who hears them, who feels them, who who's been through some of the things they're going through. And I have been through a lot of things in my life, and I just want to be that aspiration to someone else, that antidote, that cure. I want to be a benefit to someone else to help them along the journey, to let them know you're not alone. There is someone else that's been through that can help you through it, and you can get through it as well too. It's not easy, it's very hard, but we can overcome. So I just wanted to be there for everybody and be there for someone in the time of need. That it can be any type of situation. There is a poem in that book that will help them with whatever they're going through at that moment.
Well, let's do a deeper dive into the book, because what you're saying makes a lot of sense. The older you get, the more wisdom you have, and you can share with other people who are struggling. But writing a book is not an easy process. It really takes a lot of effort, a lot of time to get down and say, I'm going to write a book. So what brought you to that point, to you saying, I'm going to write me this book?
Everybody around me. I've been writing poetry ever since. It started off in high school writing love letters. People always used to ask me, Shavetta, can you write me a letter? And because you're so good with words, because I'm very expressive. So it started off like that. Then I went to, I like to write about what I feel or what someone else is feeling or what they're going through. And I just start writing in it. And I'm like, wow, this is a talent, a gift God has blessed me at. Let me put it to use. And I keep writing and writing and writing and creating poems. And others are like, my God, you need to do something with this talent. You need to write a book. When are you going to get a book? People need to hear about this. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get to it. Never did, but I kept writing and writing and writing. And it just got to the point that over the years, it's like, we need you. We need a book. Can you please? There are other people that need to hear from you. So can you please, can you get a book out? And I'm like, okay, yay. I'm like, okay, I'm working on it. But I keep writing and writing and writing. So it's to the point that God was like, it's time. Like it says, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. So I guess God said it's time to make it happen. There are people out there who are in need of me, of my poetry, of my words, of my expressions. So that's what got me to writing that book.
So in your family, do you have any siblings who are also writers?
No, my mom, she passed in 2006. My mom wrote, but she was more of production, doing plays, productions and things like that. So I'm trying to build on her legacy, that she did the production and plays. I'm doing the writing of the poetry.
You know, I've always found, and I enjoy writing as well, and I've always found that there are some poems or some things that I write that I truly like more than others. I don't know why, but it just feels right. So here's my question to you. What is that in this book? What is that poem that you can always go back to that makes you feel good?
A walking love letter,
Ooh.
because that's how I see myself, as a walking love letter. Love is something that I love to do. I just love loving people and showing love and sharing love. And that is one of my favorite poems. And also sunshine and sunflowers, because I consider myself a sunshine. As you can tell, I love to smile. Everybody loves that about me. They say, you're always smiling. You're always the same. You never change. I say, yes, look, I got to be like this for you all, even though sometimes I'm crying or hurt inside, but I'm going to still smile to brighten your day because you need me. So I have to be prepared and ready to rescue you and be here for your day. And sunflowers are one of my favorite flowers. So that's other one of my favorite poems in the book.
So you said when you were younger, you used to write love letters all the time, and your siblings were not ones who would write as much as you did. So how did they treat you for writing love letters all the time? What was the dynamics there with your siblings?
Well, they love me for it. It's like, but you're the one gifted to do this. So yeah, we're gonna come to you. It's your gift. So everybody they looked to me. Well, Vetta at that back now, everybody calls me Vetta. They're like, Vetta the one to go to. We go to Vetta if you need something written or if you need somebody to express something. She is the one. She's your
So,
go-to person.
so how was coming up? Where are you actually from? Where are you from?
I'm originally and born and raised in Charleston, South Carolina.
And how was it as a young person growing up being looked at that folks would say, well, write a love letter for me. So how was that growing up?
It was fine, but I didn't see myself as really being like the most popular person, but I was always that person that everybody loved being around, who
Mm.
I got along well with everyone. So everybody just they draw to me, they connected with me. So it was a good thing. If they just knew who they know they can count on, because I was like that friend that everyone can count on and know that if you need a friend, Shavetta is it. When you need somebody to make you smile and need some type of an inspiration or someone that's going to pray for you and who's going to be there for you, it's Shavetta.
Well, we are on with the incomparable Shavetta Craig. She's the author of Being a First Aid Kit, a book of poetry. And, I wonder, you said your mother was a production writer. Did you ever think about doing something like your mother used to do, like writing a play or anything like that?
Well, it did, but with you saying that, I do have another book that is out. It's called Camouflage.
Mhm.
I have been approached about making it a movie. Actually by Netflix. So I've had some offers about that and people approach me about it. It's just that I'm about writing, I'm just not about screenplay. And it's just
Mm.
about getting it converted to a screenplay to be produced as a movie. But it's like, okay, I said, okay, I guess God said I'm using your words to now become the movie. So I do see it as me doing productions as well too. So it's there. And you got to start small before you get to the top. So yes.
I would imagine the answer is yes to this question, but are there any of your poems an offspring of your book, Camouflage?
Yes, it is. It is. Some of the poems are an offspring of that book, of that storyline. This is Being the First Aid Kit is my first poetry book. Um, Camouflage is one of my other books that I have that's just about a storyline. So some of the poems do reflect on that particular book, in which I do have other books that I would like to have come out in the near future as well.
Is your book of poetry a tool that you've used to help you get through some things that you've gone through?
Yes, it is. It's a me expressing a lot of things that I've been through in my life and a lot of things I see others go through. Being the first aid kit can also be like a daily devotional. It can be something that you can read every day. It is about 490 poems in this
Wow.
book. So it's
Wow.
to last somebody each day of the year. So it's to me like that time when you want to pray or that time when you just want that devotional or that time when you're like about to scream and you feel like, oh my God, I've had enough, I'm about to quit. That's where being the first aid kit comes in at. It's that go-to for you.
One of the intimidating parts about writing a book or trying to be an author is wondering if you're writing something that someone else has already written. What's the process that you go through, and especially that you went through for this book, to ensure that you weren't just duplicating something that was already out there? What was that process like?
Just being me, just being who God created me to be and what He placed in me. And I just use that with my experience of life and obstacles and challenges and trials and tribulations to just be authentic, to be original, and as of being who I am and who I was created to be. So that's how I felt like I differentiate myself from others and not being a part of the trend.
How long did it take you to write this book?
It really didn't take long because these are poems that I have written over many years. I have a close to about 3 to 4 thousand poems. I just choose some of the ones that I felt people were need to hear more of or need more of. Some are real recent because things hit me and God was like, no, I need that one in there. Because as with my publisher, uh, I was doing like, I'm like, hey, I know you're editing, but can we add this? It's like, God, I need to have this in here. She was like, okay, sure, we can have it added. Yes. So I'm like, yes. Then I think I got on her nerve one more time because I'm like, hey, I need to add this one too. Yes, somebody really needs this because someone
Wow.
was just going through this situation. Somebody is going to need this. So she was always so helpful and such a great help to me through this process and dealing with me with that. So it's been a great process. And like I said, it's just a composure of poems I've been doing throughout my lifetime. So it wasn't hard putting it together. It was just making sure I chose the correct ones that someone will really need.
So here's my next question. I know you said that your mother was your inspiration to writing. What about your children? Are any of your children looking at their mom and saying, I want to do that?
Yes, they do, especially my middle son. His name is Christian. He he likes this was growing up would steal my poems to give to his friends.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The question was he stealing any of your love letters? Just putting his name on it.
Melvin, I think that's exactly what he was doing. So but they love it and to the point to where he has written some things and also my younger son he likes to write too. He's starting to write and come up with his own way. Now he writes also through right like he makes beats, but he's also coming up with lyrics and things. So he's inspired by me as well too. So I'm really happy about
I
all of them.
love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing with us. And I tell you, we're running a little bit of a time, but that's okay. Let's get ready to get into our next segment. We call it On the Horizon. Are you ready to get into the next segment?
Are you ready, Melvin? Are
Let's
you?
do it. Let's do it now. Well, here we are at our segment we call On the Horizon with the incomparable Shavetta Craig, the author of Being a First Aid Kit, a book of poetry. So we're on the horizon. So you're going to have to tell me what is happening with Shavetta Craig. What's happening in the next week, month, years? What's on the horizon?
Well, I'm in the process of booking like some book signings. That my publisher is helping me do that. Um, I asked God. I say, God, I'm expecting you to be my marketing. So I know there are going to be people reaching out to me, wanting to come to talk about it at churches, different type of events, any type of a program. I'm also wanting to see about publishing another book. Those are the things that's on the horizon for me. Also getting into some production. Maybe someone who hears me, they'd be like, hey, I'm your go-to. So just wanting to get my name out there and just wanting to spread me all over the world. Like I tell God, I want to be able to reach all, not just some, not just few, but I want to reach all. So I'm letting his will be done so that Shavetta can be heard and be known throughout this whole world.
You know, what I love most about everything you've said and what you've said over and over again is that your manager really is the one himself. You can't go wrong with God as your manager, and you listen to what he's telling you to do. So thank God for that, for doing what you're doing on the horizon. I want to ask this question because when you said in our last segment that your mother inspired you, it appears that you're inspiring your children. If you had like a Mount Rushmore of some of the greatest people who helped you become who you are, who would be your top 5 who have inspired me? Who would they be?
My mother, my 3 boys, they really are that inspiration that have me to do what I do. My grandmother, one of my grandmothers, I would say her as well. And then also too, Maya Angelou. She is a perfect one. Yes. I want to be the mini her. I want to carry on where she left off.
So when you say your mother, and what I'm saying now to you is that your mother, your 3 boys, and you said your grandmother, and Maya Angelou. That's 6. You got 6 people on Mount Rushmore.
It's all about change.
I guess that's
change
okay. So talk about each one of them again. You said your mother, and you've already talked about her in this previous segment, and she is on that Mount Rushmore because you're energized by who she was and how she raised you. So talk about that a little bit more.
Yes, my mom was a great mom. One thing is my mom was very strict. My mom was into the church. It was always about church. It was always about God. God is always going to be first. So that's something I've always instilled in me, and I instilled in my children to always put God first. Even though she was strict, I was kind of like, oh my God. But today I'm like, thank you, God, that she was. I love the role model that she was for me, how to become a great woman that I am, to be expressive, to express love, to express your emotions, to speak what you feel, to be the lady that you are, the virtuous woman that you are. And she taught me how to be that. Because of her, I am who I am today with my writing, expressing myself. Like I said, my mom did productions and stuff. She did it. She was a teacher's aide at an elementary school, but she also did plays there. She did plays at the production, even at her church. She was well known for her work. And she inspired me with my writing and my poetry to be who I am today.
So you've talked about your mother. Let's talk about your grandmother.
My grandmother means the world to me. She's gone now, but just being who she was, her resilience, her perseverance, her love. My grandmother was the type that she was about the village. She was about the one who everyone comes to. And that's how I am. I am the go-to. Everybody comes and talk to me. I call myself the HR because everybody confides in me and knows, well, it's not going anywhere. I'm a person, I'm big on trust, communication, loyalty, consistency. So everybody knows what you want. You can talk to Shavetta. She's going to give you the best godly advice. She's not biased. She doesn't judge. She will listen to you and hear you and not just want to talk, but she is a listener and a confider. So my grandmother built that up in me. And about love, my grandmother was always loving. She always hugs you. She's always smiling. And that's with me. I'm always smiling and I love hugging. People will have their hands to shake my hand. I'm like, if you want me to shake hand, I can, but I'm more of a hugger. And they're like, okay, you can hug me. And when I hug them, they're like, oh, you give good hugs. You give meaningful hugs. It's not like, oh yeah, but it's like you hug with a purpose and with a meaning. I say, yes, that's what I am.
Well, let's hear a little something from 3 people who are on Mount Rushmore.
Just want to say, proud of my mom for everything that she done. For her book, staying awake, writing all them pages, just writing all them poems to make this book come out good. And she deserves all the recognition and all everything that she deserves because she really worked hard in this book. That's what I'm saying. Really proud of you. You worked hard for this, Mom. And took years on years, but it's finally here. and you're about to be known. Well, you already known, but you're gonna be even more known though. You're already a best-selling author. You're gonna be up there. You're gonna be up there like with everybody. So I was gonna say, really proud of you. Love you, Mom. Keep on doing what you do, and don't let nobody tell you that you can't do what you do, because God got you.
This is out of my comfort zone. I'm not a recorder, but I would like to take the time out to say how much I'm so grateful and appreciating how far she has come. She's been an amazing person in our life, my whole life. She's always been my inspiration, one of my biggest fans. And I've been her biggest friends. Me and my mom are like best friends. She's always been amazing to me. I'm so proud of her on this new book that she's came out with. It's been a long time coming. I've been trying to push her for years to get to this point, and I'm just very proud of her. The book is amazing. I would like to tell anybody who hasn't gotten a chance to read it to go get a book. Take the time out to read it. It'll definitely help you through bad days, good days, any days. My mom's always been a sunshine in my life, her other kids' life, her friend's life. I used to steal her poems when I was 7, 8 years old, cleaning up the house just because I just thought they were amazing. And I used to give them to people I date, making them think that they were mine. But no, I'm very proud of her in this moment in her life.
Hey, this is Devon, Shavetta's oldest son. First and foremost, I just want to say, Mom, congratulations on your success. I'm definitely happy for you. We all know that you can do it. We all know that you love writing. With the children books and the regular books and the poems that you have, definitely excited for your journey and see what God has in store for you. Definitely can't wait for what God has planned. Definitely can't wait for everything to happen for you and your success, and I can't wait to see it. And I just can't wait for you to rock out.
So you just heard from your sons. So what are you thinking?
It makes me happy as a mom. It makes me proud to know that I have been a great role model for them, being a woman and a mom and a best friend, because my boys, they consider me as their best friends. So it makes me proud to know that I have 3 young men that are rooting me on, and they are my cheerleaders as much as I am their cheerleaders. So it makes me very proud. It makes my heart so overwhelmed with joy and love.
Unbelievable. Yes. So now it's time to get into our final segment. Are you ready to get into our next segment?
Yes, Melvin, I am ready.
Let's do it. Connect segment, and this is the segment that you get to tell everybody how they can connect with you on this airwaves right now. So I want to find out from you, how do people connect with Shavetta Craig? What are some of your social media outlets? What are Facebook? How do they get in touch with you? And if you want to leave your credit card number, you can do that too. I'll be happy to take that.
No, Melvin, I thought you was going to leave yours. Well, people can connect with me. I'm on LinkedIn. Also, I am on Facebook. Shavetta Craig is actually Shavetta Murray Craig. Also, I do have an email that people can reach me by email. It is scraig345@yahoo.com. Or you can just stop by in Rock Hill to see me where I actually live right now. You can stop by my job just to say, hey.
This is what it's all about. This is what life is all about. Shavetta, it's been an absolute honor to have you on, and I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be with me on the Connect podcast. So thank you so much. And before we go, I'm going to give the mic to you and say, you have the final words before we say so long.
I just want to thank everyone now in advance for your support. It's just about me just being being the first aid kit. That book, I really see myself as that. I just want everybody to know it is time for us to do our live, love, and laugh experience. It is time for us to live. It is time for us to love, and it's time for us to have lots of laughter. We all endure so much during the week, during the years, during the months. We all do go through trials, tribulations, storms, battles, but it too shall pass. We will overcome, and we're here to help each other. And that's what I am trying to do, help and be that first aid kit to others. So I just want to thank you all. And I want to thank you, Melvin, my new best friend, for having the privilege of having me here on the show today.
Absolutely. Shavetta Craig, the incomparable Shavetta Craig. Thank you so much for taking the time. And thanks to all of you for locking in with us. And we will see you the next time.
We'd love for you to subscribe to our podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. So please like, share, subscribe, and leave a review. You can also find us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn at Mel Capers Coaching. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.